There are places on this planet that feel wrong. Locations where history has left stains that cannot be washed away. Forests where silence lives like a creature. Islands where broken dolls stare at you from the trees. Entire cities frozen in the moment tragedy struck. Tonight we travel into the darkness. These are the creepiest places on Earth, and some of them are waiting for you. The creepiest places on Earth. Aokigahara, the suicide forest. At the base of Mount Fuji in Japan, there is a forest where the light barely touches the ground. People call it Aokigahara, but most know it by a darker name, the suicide forest. The trees here twist like tortured bodies, and sound dies between them. Unlike any other forest, it is silent. No birds, no life, just the feeling that you are not alone. The ground is made of volcanic rock, rich in iron and magnetism, enough to make compasses spin, cutting travelers off from the outside world. Over the decades, thousands of people entered this forest and never walked out. Search teams walk through the trees, marking their path with ropes. Sometimes they find tents, notebooks, goodbye letters, left behind as if the forest itself collects stories. Locals say the spirits of the lost wander between the trees, and if you call out loud, something might call back. The Catacombs of Paris. Under the beautiful streets of Paris lies another city, a maze of tunnels filled with the remains of over 6 million people. In the 1700s, Parisian graveyards overflowed. Bodies decayed into the drinking water. The air smelled of death. So the solution was simple: move the dead underground. Workers carried skulls, bones, and entire skeletons by torchlight, arranging them like art. Walls of skulls, columns of femurs, chandeliers made from vertebrae. In the darkness of the catacombs, your flashlight picks up eye sockets staring back at you. No matter where you stand, death is all around you. Some tunnels are uncharted, even today. Urban explorers tell stories of voices whispering in the dark, and footage found deep inside shows a man running, terrified, as if something was chasing him. He was never found. Pripyat, the frozen city. Pripyat was once a thriving city. Families lived here. Children played in schools and parks. Then, in 1986, Chernobyl exploded. Radiation, invisible, deadly, spread through the air. The evacuation was sudden. People left everything: toys on the floor, food on tables, hospital beds half-made. Today, Pripyat is a ghost trapped in time. The Ferris wheel still stands, rusted yellow against the sky. Gas masks cover school desks. Dolls lie staring from empty cribs. Radiation levels in some areas remain dangerously high. Wild animals roam through apartments. Trees grow inside homes. And at night, if you stand in the abandoned streets, you can hear the wind whispering through broken buildings, as if the city is still alive. Island of the Dolls, Mexico. On a small island in the canals of Xochimilco, thousands of decaying dolls hang from trees and floating docks, their heads cracked, eyes missing, limbs dangling. The legend begins with a girl who drowned near the island. A man living there alone found her body. Soon after, he began hearing voices. So he hung a doll in a tree as a tribute to her spirit. But one doll wasn't enough. Every day, every month, more dolls, rotted, sun-bleached, weathered by the swamp air. Visitors claim the eyes of the dolls follow you. Some say they whisper. Locals avoid the island at night. To this day, nobody knows if the man saved himself from a haunting or invited one in. Hoia-Baciu Forest, Romania. Transylvania is famous for vampires, but something stranger hides within the Hoia-Baciu Forest. UFO sightings, lights floating between trees, shadows with no source, and visitors who lose hours of time with no memory. In the very center of the forest, there's a perfect circular clearing where nothing grows. Soil samples show no reason, no toxins, no chemicals. It's as if the earth itself refuses life. Trees twist like spirals, curling unnaturally. Cameras fail, batteries drain instantly. People say the forest feeds on energy. And once inside, you never feel alone. Sedlec Ossuary, Czech Republic. Imagine walking into a church and finding the bones of 40,000 people arranged like decorations. The Sedlec Ossuary is a cathedral made of skeletons, skulls stacked into pyramids. Pelvises form patterns on walls. The entire chandelier, from ceiling to floor, is made from a human body. It was built by monks who believed bones were sacred. To them, death wasn't terrifying, it was art. But ask yourself, would you stand in that room alone? The door to hell. Turkmenistan. In a desert in Turkmenistan, a hole in the earth has been burning for more than 50 years. Scientists drilled here in the 1970s looking for gas. They hit a cavern. The ground collapsed, creating a crater. To avoid releasing toxic fumes, they lit the gas, expecting it to burn for a few days. It never stopped. For half a century, flames reach into the air, lighting the night sky. The locals call it the door to hell. Travelers say standing near it feels like the earth is breathing fire. Deep inside, the flames move like something alive. Poveglia Island, Italy. Off the coast of Venice sits Poveglia, an island built from human tragedy. During the plague, infected people were shipped here to die. Corpses burned day and night. It is said the soil is half human ash. Later, an asylum was built on top of the graves. Patients claimed to see shadows and hear screams. Doctors performed experiments in the tower. One doctor, after years of torment, jumped from the bell tower. Or was he pushed? Today, the island is abandoned. Boats refuse to dock, and the bell tower still rings. Hashima Island, Japan. Hashima, once a crowded mining city, now a floating ruin. Concrete buildings collapse into the sea, hallways filled with dust, shoes left by the door as if someone might return. It looks like the world ended here, a post-apocalyptic island frozen in time. Some say you can hear miners deep in the tunnels. Others report seeing figures watching from broken windows. Japan keeps most of the island closed for safety, or maybe for something else. Helltown, United States. In Ohio, there's a partially abandoned town known as Helltown. Its history is real, and the legends are darker. Homes were emptied suddenly when the government ordered a forced evacuation. Some say they planned experiments. Others believe something was discovered in the forest. Locals talk about a haunted school bus, doors rusted shut as if someone tried to escape, satanic symbols painted on walls, creatures seen in the trees, roads leading nowhere. No one knows exactly why the town was sealed, but everyone agrees on one thing: you don't stay after dark. These places exist because history remembers everything: pain, fear, loss. They linger in soil, in stone, in air. When you stand where tragedy happened, you feel the echo. Some say these locations are haunted. Others say they are simply human. But if you ever visit any of them, don't go alone, because the past might still be watching. If you've survived the darkness with us tonight, and you want to uncover more secrets, more mysteries, and more places that make your skin crawl, then don't leave the shadows alone. Subscribe to Nox Hour and step deeper into the world of the unknown. Turn on the bell, or you might just miss what's lurking, waiting for the next story. Subscribe to Nox Hour if you dare.